Hello and welcome to VPTV. I'm Holly Copsey of Virtually Priceless and this is episode 13. Our mission is to give our clients the invaluable gift of more time. So each week I share our top tips around productivity and help you to reclaim more of your time to focus on that all-important business growth. If you are at or close to the point of wanting to get some support in your business, you may be wondering where on earth to start with finding and hiring the right virtual assistant for you. So today I'm sharing my advice and experience on how you do just that. As I'm sure you know, the benefits of outsourcing to a trusted partner such as a VA are huge. Not only will you be able to delegate a ton of tasks that are taking up your own valuable time, but you can expect an increase in your own productivity, more flexibility both in your life and for your business, and you will gain support from someone who treats your business as if it were their own. So, where do you start with finding this virtual superstar? Before you can start your search, you need to get clear on what it is that you need, both in terms of the tasks or areas of support and the type of person you're looking for. Check out episode 1 of VPTV if you need some help to identify what to delegate, or episode 6 if you need help figuring out where you are spending too much time on low-level tasks. Consider what your budget is and try to establish roughly how much support you need each day, week or month. And don't worry if you're not entirely sure about this, as a good VA will help you to figure this out when you meet. Once you have your rough outline of requirements, you can move on to step 2, which is how to find a VA. As a starting point, I would always recommend asking your network for recommendations, particularly if you know of someone already working with a VA they rave about. Ask any business associates you have, ex-colleagues, industry peers, or even networking groups or online communities you're part of. If you don't have any luck through these avenues, you could put a post on LinkedIn asking for recommendations from your connections, or perhaps contact reputable platforms and agencies who specialise in VA services. The type of tasks you want help with are a big factor for consideration here. For example, if you need a quick, simple task doing such as some social media graphics or a simple research task, you could use a platform such as Fiverr. But if you want someone to build a partnership with, someone who is fully integrated into your business, you will definitely benefit from having an ongoing contract with a regular VA, either individually or through an agency. An agency, which is what we are, does all the heavy lifting for you, finding the perfect candidate, vetting them, and ensuring a smooth onboarding experience. And they can also supply additional team members for ad hoc projects or holiday cover, so you are never left without support. So, once you've got your recommendations and have a list of potential contractors, you will need to review their LinkedIn profile, CV or website to check out their skills, experience and qualifications. For those that seem to be a good fit, you will then meet with them to discuss the role and assess their fit for your business and its culture. Depending on the work you would be delegating, you might also want to see examples of other projects they've completed or case studies to gauge their expertise. Another important step is to ensure they are competent with any specific tools or platforms you will need them to use, and of course if industry-specific knowledge is required. You might want them to complete a trial task or a one-off piece of work so you can assess their speed and level of competency before going ahead with a more formal, longer-term arrangement. I would also determine what experience they have of working with businesses at a similar stage to yours. For example, if they've previously worked with startups or have helped another company scale quickly, you want to make sure they are going to be able to help and guide you on this journey. Assessing their fit culturally is also a key consideration. Make sure you ask about their values, understand their work ethic and communication style to ensure there is alignment with your business and your wider team if you have one. Do they have experience of working remotely if that's what you need, or are they new to this type of work? How do they like to collaborate with others, or do they prefer to work alone? This is really important to understand if you want them to help be the backbone of your organisation. You should be left with the feeling that they've got your back and the best interests of your business at heart. Remember, you're looking for a trusted partner and someone who can help you to let go and to stop sweating the small stuff. Finally, make sure you are really clear about the scope of work, what their responsibilities will be, and what availability you need your VA to have. If there are specific project deadlines, then make sure you share them. There are a few other key points you'll need to make sure you cover off. Don't forget to check their rate and whether they'll charge for time on an hourly basis or by the project. Check what their payment terms are and whether they charge VAT on top of those rates. Make sure they have professional indemnity insurance as an absolute minimum and public liability insurance if you require any on-site support. Ensure they are registered with the ICO, that's the Information Commissioner's Office for Data Protection, and ask them what arrangements they have in place for sickness or holiday cover and in terms of business continuity in case of emergency in their own business. If they haven't come to you by personal recommendation, ask for references and check out any testimonials they may have on their LinkedIn or website. And as I mentioned earlier, if you choose to work with an agency, a lot of these elements will be taken care of for you, but please don't assume that's the case. It's worth asking the questions of the agency to double check they have a professional setup and are only working with reputable team members that have been thoroughly vetted ahead of working with you, so you really feel like you can trust them. I really hope by understanding the time you need to invest and the key considerations for finding and hiring the right VA, you have the confidence to move ahead with finally getting the support you deserve and that best fits your needs. And if you have any questions or need any help in finding that dream support partner, please do contact me via any of our social channels or through our website. I'm always happy to help. Thanks so much for watching and see you next week for episode 14.